inform our listeners that my next play is Takeover. And it premieres on the 5th of July. And it will run that weekend, the 5th of July weekend, and the weekend after that, the 12th of July weekend at the National Theatre.
Sure.
Winston will give you more details when I'm done. My dear nephew, what good news it is to hear that Equia, your wife, has just given birth to a baby girl. I am glad to know that both baby and mother are doing well. Congratulations to you and to Equia. Tell her that I give her Tinkwa. And to the new baby, I say welcome and may you be blessed and be a huge blessing. I'm glad that you are excited about being a father. You ought to be. I was moved when you said that when you held the baby in your arms, you felt very deeply that you are prepared not just to die for her, but to kill for her. You said when you held her in your arms, you felt this determination to be a better man and to do everything in your power to give her the best possible life. Yes, being father is wonderful, and I want you to lock the way you are feeling now somewhere in your mind and never let it fade, because in the coming days, you are going to feel sometimes that you never felt that way. You are going to feel there is nothing to being a father but palaver, stress, and expenses. Unlike some Ghanaian men, you did not send Equia off to her mother's house from the hospital, but you brought her home. You instead got her mother to join her in your house, and she's going to be there for a while. Between the new baby, your mother-in-law, and the fact that Equia is now a nursing mother, I can tell you that your life is going to change, and not always for the best. But those challenges and issues will pass. You just have to endure them whilst they last, and always remember why you are having those challenges. You have them because of the gifts of the baby girl. If you are wondering what these challenges are, then let me tell you just a few, just to prepare your mind so you don't get discouraged when reality hits. First of all, living in the same house with your mother-in-law requires some adjustments. I know your mother-in-law loves you and is a good person, but living with anyone in the same space for any length of time has its own issues. Just remember why she is there. You need her to help with Equia and the baby. I know that you love to move around your house just in your boxer shorts. Well, out of respect for your mother-in-law, you have to stop doing that for now. Then, Equia, for the next 1 year at least, you must accept the fact that you have a wife, but you don't have a wife. Equia is now a nursing mother, and for the next 1 year at least, that means more to her than being your wife. It is not because she does not love you. She does, now more than ever. But the baby would need and sap every ounce of her energy, so much so that at the end of the day, she will not have much to give you. Accept that, and remember that it is just a phase. So if sometimes you feel that you no longer matter to her, don't let that feeling gain any legitimacy, because it is wrong. For now, being husband means making yourself available to help her cope with the task and challenge of being a nursing mother. For now, she is as sensitive as a baby, and you should be mindful of that. She is going to be sleep deprived. She is going to be obsessed with the baby. She is going to be anxious and sometimes worried about her. And the baby is going to demand all her attention, and it would sometimes leave you wondering whether you are relevant to her at all. Well, the great news is that you are even more relevant now than ever to her. You are the father of a baby, and you have a place of honor in her heart. But for now, the baby, your baby, needs her more than you do. So, for the sake of your baby, release her to be everything to the baby. Just make yourself useful any way she needs you to be, and you'll be fine. I've spoken of the challenges and issues with your mother-in-law and with your wife. Now, what about the challenges and issues with the innocent baby? Listen, for all your joy and excitement at her birth is going to challenge Her birth is going to change things for you and your life and your wife forever. For the next 6 months or so, the baby is the boss of the house, and all of you are her servants. And you must be ready to jump at her every command and call anytime. When she's not asleep, you cannot really sleep. When she's hungry, Ekuya must jump into action immediately, and you have to get out of the way. When she's uncomfortable for any reason, you and Ekuya must consider that as a near emergency.
Sure.
And if she's not well, that is a full-blown emergency. For now, for all the love you feel in your heart for the baby, you must understand that to her, you don't exist yet, and you don't really matter. This is Mama's time. Your time as daddy will come later. And remember, you now have a competitor for Ekuya's attention. The good news is that Ekuya is a woman and she can multitask. So just be ready to share. As a man, there will be times when you would wonder if it is all worth it. I can tell you that it is worth every bit of it and more. As father, you have just become the trustee of God's most precious child. You will someday answer for her. Don't let God down. Remember the joy you felt when you held your baby in your arms for the first time? Well, that joy will be eclipsed completely by a much greater joy as she grows and she begins to love you. Today, you love her unconditionally. Tomorrow, she will love you unconditionally and unreservedly. And her love is going to make you live longer and happier. I guarantee you that. Once again, congratulations, and prepare your mind for the adventure of a lifetime. Yes, being father and husband is a call to be Superman. Oh, my dear nephew, I'm so happy for you and Ekuya, and welcome to fatherhood. And this is from your uncle and the grandfather to your baby girl, Ebo.